Hey, you know, as YouTubers, we rely on the support of sponsors and you guys, your support. One of my sponsors is VEVOR. Now, these guys supply us with items to try out. They don't pay me anything. They don't tell me what to say. I don't have to do anything specific. They just want me to try out their tools, and if I get a chance, use them in a video and tell you about them. So I'm going to do that right after this because these are some pretty cool tools. All right, so like I said, what we got is a sponsor called VEVOR. Now, these guys, they send me tools and miscellaneous items to just try out. And I've been doing this for close to a year with them, and I've been really happy with them. You can see an accumulation of things here. I've got more than this, but this is what I got out for this display. One of the things I've been using the longest is in my RV. It's actually an inverter. Converts my lithium battery 12 volt to 110, and it's a 5,000 watt unit. It's worked flawlessly. I've had no problems with it. But let me just show you some of this other cool stuff. And their slogan, by the way, is tough tools, half the price. And I think it is. I mean, so far I've had no problems with them. They seem well built and they are very affordable. So some of the things we've got to try here are like this tile saw or a concrete saw. It's whatever you need. This will cut tile, concrete, bricks. It's a really handy tool. We plan on showing that in some videos when we're trying to buy a house here, hopefully in the next 6 months, and we want one that needs some fixing up. So we'll probably be using this for some tile, some brickwork, around gardens, whatever. Let's see, we've also been sent this drywall sander. And this is their VEVOR brand. It seems like it's another good sander. I haven't used it, but it's got a real common design these days. I think a lot of them are basically rebranding, but it's got the folding design. You can fold it up. It's got the variable speed. Snap that back on there. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's a little lock right there. Okay. There's a little lever you had to pull up there, but it's got the variable speed. It's got the trigger lock. It's got the LED lights around there. It feels like a really nice unit. Now I'm going to be putting links to a lot of this in the description down below. Another thing we got that's a little bit different than your normal tools is this photovoltaic combiner box. And you can see here, this is a really cool unit. If you're going to do solar, this is a really good idea. You put this between your solar panels and your solar charge controller, and it provides you with a lightning arrestor, and it provides you with a way to disconnect all your solar panels at once because you got them all coming in here. You just flip a breaker, you've disconnected them because you can't. I mean, solar panels don't quit putting out electricity just because you want them to. They're going to be putting out, and a lot of them are putting out like 50, 60 volts. That can kill you. In DC, 50 volts is dangerous. So this is a good safety item. And then it also has these fuses in here. So if one of them trips, you just replace the fuse. Let's see, next item is this big mama. This is a 3-ton chain hoist. I mean, I think I could pick my whole truck up. My truck only weighs about 5,000 pounds. So if I had the right strapping and right, safety way to do it, I could probably lift my whole truck. Of course, you got to have a really strong anchor point up there. Anyway, this will be handy for when I'm working on cars. I've pulled motors before. I plan on having some acreage. There's times you need a chain hoist. This one here I've wanted for a long time. It's a retractable air hose reel. And my air hoses typically end up laying all over the floor and you're tripping on them because you get tired of coiling them back up. Well, with these things, you run them out, you get them to where you want, and you release and they lock And when you're done, you release, and it'll come in from all four sides because he's got these roller guides right here. So that's going to be a nice unit. The stilts were another item. I did a little video on this, and so you might want to look for that. They seem like they're just as well made pretty much as others. I'll point out one or two minor things on it you'll see in the video. Hidden beneath here is a cool pipe bender. If you do automotive work, and it also works around the house for smaller copper pipe, brake lines, things like that, you put your pipe in there and this will bend it. It's got radius markings and that, so you can bend it to whatever radius you need. Again, I do automotive work. I've got a couple street rods like you'll see right there on the side of the screen, and that's going to come in handy for brake lines and such. I did a video on this. You'll see this coming out soon too. This is a hydraulic sheet metal punch, and basically it takes a hydraulic ram and it pulls these two discs together and punches a really clean hole in the sheet metal, way cleaner than you could do by drilling. Plus this goes up to 4 inches. It's got little sizes down to I think 1/2 inch or so, 3/4 inch it looks like, all the way up to 4 inches, and I used it out here and it punched a nice clean hole in some pretty heavy sheet metal, no problem. Now there's some things I don't have right here, like I did a video on a water pump they provided me. I showed you guys in that video how to hand siphon without using your mouth, and using this technique anyway. It's an old farmer trick. Any of you guys out there that are farmers that have done siphon tubes, comment down below. You'll know what I mean. I've set a lot of siphon tubes, so I showed you how to use a garden hose or a lot of different hoses to create a siphon without having to try and suck it out, which can be dangerous. I also have a torque screwdriver. On my solar system, there's some parts that require a low torque setting, but it says it really is best if you torque it, and it requires a screwdriver, so I've got one of those to use also. I also have a pop-up paint booth. This thing is kind of like a tent. It's sitting right over here, and so it kind of looks like a tent bag, and you basically pop it out, you put the tent poles in it, but it forms an open, I'll show you a picture of it here, but it shows an open side. You put something in it that you're going to paint or stain or whatever, and if you're out in your driveway or on your grass, you're not getting it all over and ruining your driveway or killing your grass. And they gave me this whiteboard that I keep looking at over here. It's really handy for what I do. It gives me notes on what to talk to you guys about, and you'll see a picture of it here, and it's actually double-sided. It's really cool too because the markers for the board have magnets on them. I can just stick them to the board, and the little eraser, it has magnets in it. Just stick it to it. Really lightweight, rolls around really easy. So hey, if you need any tools like this or anything else, I'm going to put some links in the description down below. I would really appreciate it if you go check them out and show your support to my sponsors. These guys have so much. You'll be blown away. They've got everything from commercial ice makers to outdoor grills to smaller ice makers to all kinds of tools. And like I say, you know, seems like a really affordable price, and they seem like they're really tough. So go check them out. Say thanks to my sponsor, and thank you guys for your support. If you want to show support for our channel, you can always click on that super thanks right below, or join us as a member or Patreon member. There's links in the description down below for our website. You can find out about stuff like that too. And if you want to learn more about drywall, we got drywall courses coming up real soon. Check out drywallacademy.com. Those should be launching maybe in the next month. We got ebooks coming out, a whole lot of new information coming out that's going to help you guys. So go to drywallacademy.com and check it out, or you can start at thatkiltedguy.com. Hey, thanks for stopping by. As always, I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care, everybody.